Hello everyone, and welcome back to Quest for Glory 4 Shadows of Darkness. Probably my personal favorite of the Quest for Glory games. Actually, let's see if the Burgermeister has anything new to say.
What is it you want?
On this, the second day, I think.
Tell the Burgermeister about your adventures in Shapir.
So, you are the son of a sultan. Your stories are better than 1001 Nights.
Let's see.
This town was quiet until you arrived. I am keeping my eye on you.
Alright, Castle?
Castle Borgov is north of the town. The last of the Borgov family left this valley years ago. Now it is inhabited by some cousin. The people of the castle do not bother this town. I suggest strongly that you do not bother the people of the castle.
Monsters?
It used to be that the only monsters around here were the occasional wyverns. Now there are many dangerous things in the valley. It is safe only within the town gates.
Welly.
Dr. Cranium is an idiot and a madman. If you are wise, you will stay away from him.
Old man?
Nikolai is an old man and easily confused. His wife has been missing for years now. He cannot face the fact that she is gone.
Aww. Alright, say goodbye.
Try not to make a nuisance of yourself.
Let's go back to the Adventurers Guild. And we'll hit up the stair stepper a few times.
You pick up 2 of the metal weights and put 1 in each of the baskets.
Yeah. Level up that stair stepper. Get it leveled up. Honestly, like, there's really not much to do the first couple of days in this game. So, like, your first couple of days are great for just spamming the stair stepper. So, get yourself to 600 strength. Okay. Or not 600 strength, 400 strength. It's already a little past midday. But 290 strength, not bad, not bad.
Still,
Try to grab the staff.
The staff feels warm and almost alive in your hand. You hear an eerie voice in your head.
This I must first do. The sacrifice of life for one of love.
You find yourself letting go of the staff very quickly.
Yay! Every Quest for Glory game needs to have the Hero's March in it somewhere. I think the third one is the only one that doesn't. I think the third one is the only Quest for Glory game that does not have the Hero's March in it. So let's go ahead and explore just a little bit of Mordavia. Hey look, it's the castle.
A heavy gate blocks the way to the winding road. Far in the distance, you can see a majestic castle.
Welcome to Mordavia.
Oops, sorry. Well, you can pause that, I guess. Let's greet the gatekeeper.
It is so difficult to get past the swamp which blocks the pass to and from the valley. We haven't had a stranger here since the rains created the swamp several years ago. You've obviously done quite a lot for one person. It will be interesting to see what you do around here.
Indeed. I'm sure there will be much.
I am Boris Stovich.
Boris Stovich. Really now?
This is the castle of the Boyars, the title of the rulers of Mordavia. It once belonged to the Borgov family for generations, but the last Borgov has been dead for many, many years.
Okay.
Mordavia is the name of this valley and of the town. Even the inn is called the Hotel Mordavia. The name means Dark Valley.
I love his voice actor.
The heads of the Borgov family were the Boyars of Mordavia for ages. The last Borgov disappeared at the time of darkness. No one knows what became of him.
Ooh, time of darkness?
It is bad luck to even speak of the time of darkness. Mordavia was a safe and lovely land before that time. Much has changed since then, and for the worse.
R.I.P.
Boyars are rather like barons of other lands. They own the castle and protect everyone within their domain.
Alright. Who lives in the castle?
I'm not certain who all lives in the castle. I so seldom see anyone from there. There's the master, of course. Then there's the strange foreigner. There's also the master's daughter, I believe, and some rather strange guards. Beyond that, I really can't say.
Master and a strange foreign person?
I haven't actually seen the daughter, but I know the master is quite proud of her. The master desires privacy, and I respect that wish. As I always say, the will of the master is the shall of the servant. I wrote that. He is an unpleasant sort, with a short beard and moustache, and a funny hat. He is rude when giving orders, and he has the habit of staring at a person and licking his lips. Most unsavory. I have only caught glimpses of them occasionally, but I don't think they are quite human. No matter. If a man does a good job, then whether he is a man does not matter.
Alright. Boris.
I am the gatekeeper of Borgov Castle. Is it not true that he who guards the gates is the keystone speaker?
I suppose that's true.
This is the gate to Borgov Castle. You can see it in the distance behind here. I am here to make certain that only welcome guests may enter through here in the daytime. At night, this gate is guarded by huge necrotaurs, who make certain no one tries to enter without permission.
Necrotars.
The town of Mordavia is to the east of here. Turn to the east as you leave and continue until your way is blocked by rocks. Then turn north and you will find the gates of the town.
Alright.
Farewell, and may you find whatever you seek.
So
Goodbye,
Boris
young
Stovich,
man.
huh?
May the fireplace be warm and the drink cold at your journey's end.
Boris Stovich. I think I know somebody who mentioned knowing a Boris Stovich.
That didn't...
Certain Olga Stovich over here.
It's you again. It's been a quiet day so far.
Hello, Olga.
Made it back, did you? So what can I do for you this time?
Let's
To
tell
tell
about
Olga
myself.
some of the things you did before coming here.
Oh my, you certainly have been to some outlandish places. So, must be nice for you to be back in real civilization again, huh?
And, let's see.
I
I think I did all of this before. Rumors?
What would you like to know about?
Dr. Cranium.
Dr. Cranium is a very strange man. No one knows what goes on in the back room of his house, except maybe Igor, and he won't talk about it. Someday, the mad doctor will blow us all up with one of those experiments of his. You mark my words.
Adventurers.
There used to be a very active adventurers guild here in town, but it's been empty and locked up since I can remember.
Burgermeister?
Our burgermeister is named Dimitri. He is responsible for keeping order in the town, and he is very serious. But there was some scandal about his grandmother, but it was hushed up. He's a strange one, isn't he? Digging graves and carving tombstones during the day, helping that crazy doctor at night. You know he's not up to any good. Decent folk have nothing to do with him.
Interesting. What about your husband?
My sad departed husband? His name was Boris. Gone 3 years now. He was such a good man.
Boris, you say?
Things haven't been too busy lately. I have plenty of time to get caught up with my knitting.
Boris, you say?
This used to be such a nice place to live. Things can only get worse, as my Boris used to say. With the swamp cutting us off and keeping visitors away, business is poor. With so many monsters running around at night, won't surprise me if we wake up one morning and find we're all dead here.
That would be unfortunate. Let's talk about the gatekeeper.
Tell Olga that the gatekeeper's name is Boris Stovich, and ask if they're related.
Aha! So that's where the so-and-so went. Tell him he's a rotten no-goodnik.
Alright.
I expect you plan on going adventuring some more. Well, I suppose the gravedigger has some room left at the cemetery? Yeah, good night, and don't let the bedbugs bite, as my husband used to say.
Alright, well, she seems as though she has some resentment towards Boris for, going missing 3 years ago. Let's go inform Boris of this fact. Of course, we have to wait till the game lets me.
When the days are short and the nights grow long, a friendly face is a welcome sign.
Hello,
It is
Boris?
so difficult to get past the swamp which blocks the pass to and from the valley. We have...
I've read that one already. Talking about
Tell
Olga.
Boris what Olga said about him. He blushes.
Olga was always opinionated. I grew tired of listening to her complain about me all the time.
Alright.
Farewell, and may you... Farewell.
Whoops. That was new. So apparently, he and Olga definitely had a falling out. So let's go talk to Olga about this.
You again! Heard anything interesting lately?
Yes, actually. Talk about Boris.
Tell Olga that Boris says she complains about him all the time.
Well, if he'd ever been here to get his work done instead of spending all his time carousing at the inn, I wouldn't have had to complain. And you can tell him I said so, huh?
Alright.
As my lost husband used to say, may all your travels lead somewhere.
Let's go talk to Boris.
about what Olga just said. Maybe he will have an opinion on, the whole not being there thing.
When the days are short and the nights grow long, a friendly face is a welcome sign.
His lips did not move there. So talk about
Tell him
Olga.
that Olga thinks he was too lazy.
Lazy? What's there to do in a shop with no customers? Once the swamp cut off trade here, we had nothing to sell. I had nothing to do there, so just because I would sit at the inn and talk with the other men, she thought I was lazy. All she ever did was sit around and give me orders when I was in the shop. What was the point of dusting if no one came in the shop to notice the dust?
All right.
Goodbye, and good travels.
Let's go talk to Olga again. Maybe she has an opinion on this matter. Funny enough, this is one of the side quests that I didn't know about until very late game.
Hello. Do you have any news?
But now that I've looked at it and played it multiple times, it's yeah, no, this is one of the side quests you should get real early on.
But Boris didn't like being ordered around all the time.
I wouldn't have had to order him around if he would only have done his work. I just wanted the shop to be neat and clean in case anyone came in. How does he expect me to do all the work around here by myself? Yeah, this was his family's business after all.
Ooh.
Yeah, good night and don't...
So that was his family's business, not hers. Well, let's go talk to Boris again. At least they're close by, At least the two of them are close by.
A fine autumn day to be walking. A man who walks everywhere will see much, I always say.
Talking about Olga?
Tell Boris that Olga is having trouble running the shop without him.
There is much to do to keep the shop straightened up. My family always worked together to keep it going before. If only Olga wouldn't nag me all the time. She and I used to enjoy running the shop when we actually had things to sell. What is the point of even running a shop when there is no business?
It's a good question.
May your journey take you where you wish to go.
I suppose the answer to that is let's talk to Olga. Because I'm sure she has an answer to it, to be honest. Because I don't know the answer to that. Actually, I do because I have played this game before, but whatever. Let's go find out from
That
Olga.
came so soon. What have you heard lately?
Talk about Boris.
Tell Olga that Boris doesn't see any reason to keep the shop open when there's nothing left to sell.
No business. Huh. You just tell that man about my avocado and garlic sandwiches. People come in and buy them all the time.
Alright.
Yeah, good.
Talk to Boris about this again. This is a little bit of a tedious quest because it's literally just back and forth like this. But at least
Good day
they're right
and
here.
welcome back. Have you been enjoying your adventures around here?
At least the two of them are this, really close together.
Tell Boris about Olga's avocado and garlic sandwiches.
How I used to love her avocado and garlic sandwiches. We had them on our wedding night, you know. You should have seen the garlic and avocado flowers decorating our wedding cake. beautiful. And she baked the cake herself. Oh, she always was a good cook. You remind me of how much I miss my wife. I shall go back and visit her.
Yay! I don't think that gives us any points or anything, but
May
hey.
the sun and the moon keep watch over you.
I think it gives us honor, maybe? I'm not sure. Like, it didn't do a do-do-do because we completed anything, so I don't know. Maybe it's just a fun little side quest, you know? Let's see what Olga has to
Hello.
say.
Do you have any news?
Ask about husband?
Boris came back to visit me. We had a lot to talk about. He says he'll come back again after work. It was nice to see him. Seemed like old times.
Yay. Alright, well, we got them back together, so say goodbye.
You take care. Don't want to see your funeral. You had that walk to the cemetery. As my lost husband used to...
Your husband's not lost anymore. I know. Dialogue doesn't change. I think at some point you're able to just surpass that, but not for a while.
You're just in time to witness a magnificent scientific experiment. I have managed to harness the very primal force of lightning at my beck and call. Now I shall use it to create life itself. Watch this. That was not quite the experimental result I expected. But never mind that. It is merely a momentary setback in the annals of science. I shall readjust the magnetic electrical stimulation system and try again another day.
Lols.
You say hello to the scientist.
It is good to see you again. I trust the Antwerps gave you no trouble?
So that's
You told
Spielberg.
Dr. Cranium about your first adventures in the Spielberg Valley. He seems vaguely interested in your tales of the Baron and his children, but his eyes positively light up when you mention the Antwerp.
Ah, so you are the Spielberg hero. I went there on an Antwerp gathering expedition a few months ago. The people there are still talking about your adventures.
You continue by telling Dr. Cranium of your encounters with the eccentric wizard Erasmus, the deadly kobold magic user, and the ogress Baba Yaga.
Turned her into a frog? Oh, such poppycock. There is a perfectly straightforward scientific explanation for all of those events. There is no such thing as magic.
I'm telling you, it's magic
Start to
theory.
tell Dr. Cranium about yourself and your adventures, but he quickly interrupts.
But there is nothing so adventurous as pursuing a career in science. Did you know, for instance, that simple scientific principles can be applied to the creation of potions for healing and curing poison?
Indeed. Which, speaking of which,
I
come
have been
here
better.
to ask.
The failure of my MESS was a shocking experience, I can tell you.
A mess.
Understanding and harnessing the power of nature is just one aspect of science. By observing and performing experiments based on the observations, the scientist increases our understanding of the world around us.
Stamina
If you want
potions.
to improve your stamina,
Oh, wait, nope. Healing
here you
potions.
are, one freshly brewed healing drink. Sip it if you get hurt, and its beneficial vitamins and other ingredients will help your body to recover quickly.
Very good. Poison cure
Here you
pill.
are, one freshly brewed universal poison antidote.
Awesome.
Oh, this is a sad, ignorant land where everyone seems to think more of magic than of science. Still, it is a good place for a scientist to work. There are many fascinating monsters to study, and I can get all the dead bodies I need.
R.I.P. Antwerps.
Antwerps are a truly fascinating species. They reproduce by splitting into a number of tiny Antwerps, each with their own genetic code. They cannot split voluntarily, however. They only reproduce when cut or stabbed. My
Seems like
test
an interesting
Antwerps came
thing.
from Spielberg Valley, where there was an Antwerp population explosion last spring.
We totally don't know anything about that, right?
I've come to the conclusion that lightning is electrical in nature, which would put it in the realm of fire. Fortunately, there have been an increasing number of storms here lately, so I have been able to harness some of the lightning and store it for experimental use.
Life force.
I am convinced that the primal force of life is electrical in nature. Of course, it must also involve water for life, and pizza, without which life would be boring.
Pizza. Always
My
pizza.
neighbor Nikolai is not actually as old as he now appears. He has been very unhappy since his wife's disappearance some 15 years ago. I can understand his disappointment. She never brought me back the berries I needed for an experiment.
Alright, well, let's say goodbye.
Say goodbye.
Oh, it is always a pleasure to have one such as you visit.
And with that, I think
Perhaps
we'll,
I should wait a day or two before resuming my Frankie experiment. It is very important that the right person stay in charge here.
with that, I'll end this episode off. So I do hope you've enjoyed. If you have, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to check the video description down below for a link to the playlist so that you can get caught up on any episode you might have missed. And I'll see you guys next time. See you later.